I'm currently doing my MD in Pune, and I'm very happy that I was given permission to be able to make it here, which is a rare occurrence in a hospital. So I'm really excited to be here. I'm going to call this one In Transit. 6 years of medical school, so many books, so many exams, so much disease and suffering. It makes for very little fun. You know, when you're 18 and all your friends are going places and doing things, even if they don't amount to anything, you also want to do them. But I just felt a little stuck and claustrophobic in this intensity of the unending medical world. And as if this wasn't enough, just last year I had to clear my post-graduation entrance exam, which is 19 subjects in 3 hours, a couple of hundred seats across the country, make it or break it. The pressure was insurmountable. I could not explain it even if I tried. But the moment that I clicked that end test button, the very millisecond of the minute of the hour of the Sunday that happened, I just wanted to go everywhere and nowhere, do everything and nothing. I wanted to go crazy. I had no idea what that crazy was. I felt diseased, like kuch to karna hai. Abhi karna hai, time is running out because this is my free time. After this, it was going to be back to books. So, being a student of science, I love to plan and make lists. So, I called up this aunt for an internship. I was like, I'll get done with the dreary stuff first, then I'll plan myself a nice little break. So that very Sunday at night, 10:30, I call her. And she's like, oh, sure, come in tomorrow. But Tuesday, we are flying to Egypt. Egypt? Like a 5-year-old child who has no filter. And, he sees candy and he asks for it. I was like, I also want to go to Egypt. And she's laughing and she's like, sure, but you realize we're leaving in 48 hours. But I was already on top of the pyramids. I was having wine with Cleopatra and I was boating on the Nile with Ramses. I had reached Egypt, and compared to this level of excitement, what was a piece of paper, visa? What was it? I was going to get it somehow. With this conviction, I couldn't sleep at night. I called my travel agent the next morning. I laid out my plans and demands. And he says, Egypt. I said, yes. Kal. I said, yes. He's like, Madam, I think aap next year ke liye plan kar lo. And my bubble just burst. I felt like a deflated balloon. I called up my mom, to try and tell her that this had happened, but she was busy. And I was just trying to deal with the disappointment. And she called me back and she said something that I will never forget. She said, why don't you just take the risk? Sometimes in that moment, you need the right person to say the right thing for you to understand what is so obvious. She said, okay, you lose a little money, but this trip is right here in front of you right now. Don't go for the next one that you're still planning in your head. You'll save, it's fine. I was like, yeah, correct. And so I called up my CA, I arranged my returns, I went to the bank, I got my statements, I skipped lunch, I put everything in order. I took a train from Parla to Churchgate at 3 o'clock, 4:45. I walked into the office and I laid down my papers, also my pride. And I was like, Bhaiya, please. And he saw my face and, he tried to reassure me that he'd do whatever he could. But it was Monday, 5 p.m. and I was supposed to fly tomorrow. Then I could do nothing but wait. I thought I'd pack. The thought of unpacking was so bad that I couldn't even pack. So I just tried to keep thinking positive, and I kept hoping that some unknown number would call me for the first time in my life. So on Tuesday at 5 o'clock, the travel agent called me, put me out of my misery, and he said I should pack because I was going to be able to leave in 5 hours. And at 10 o'clock, I flew to Cairo. I got to be there just because I made that one bold move of going in and doing it. I saw the pyramids, I saw history come to life, all the things that I'd studied as a child, dreamt of, this phoenix and that sphinx, and it was all in front of me. Tutankhamun and his tomb and, saying hello to him imaginarily in my head. All of that was happening. And I was just ecstatic. I did scuba diving in the Red Sea. And it was like the travel bug had bitten me with renewed strength and vigor. I came back, I went to Mangalore, I learned how to surf. I went to random small little places just on my own, tried to be adventurous. And I realized that every time I tried something new, that too was like travel for me, because anything outside your routine is a journey. So just trying to do stand-up comedy, or just trying to learn a new language, or doing something that I wasn't doing on a daily basis, I was traveling even then. And in this crazy, fever, my friends and I also decided to apply for a Schengen visa, and we thought, in case we get a chance, we'll make this happen as well. But I was at the end of my 3-month break, and our results were supposed to come out the next day. So I was really happy with everything that I'd done, but I felt like there's one last little bout of fire still left that I have not quenched. With this thought, I slept, and the next day was to be my result. So we're all sitting around the table at my house, my friends and I, waiting for the result. It's 8 p.m. And someone filed some petition in the High Court, and they got delayed for 10 days. Yay, consumer court. Very excited, And we're like, okay, we'll go somewhere, like maybe Goa. Even if it's Goa, we'll just go, for the sake of it. So I called up my mom, and I was like, hey, I'll be gone again for a few. She said, okay. So she comes home, and we're looking, where to go. And my friend suddenly looks at me, and it's like he's possessed. He's like, Shriya, we have to go right now. We have to make the most of this. You're not understanding. We have the visa. We have to go. And it was like I was also a traveler in rehab. All those new cities, new lights, new places, new foods were flashing in front of my head. And I was like, let's go. Let's try and search. So at night, at 10:30, we start searching for some flight to Europe that will not burn a hole in our pocket. And by 12:15, we're not finding anything. We're like, okay, we'll just call the travel agent tomorrow. Then suddenly I saw a flight to Rome, Bombay, Rome. And only problem is it left in 5 hours. So I looked towards my mom, and she knew that I would not go if she said no. But she also knew that I would go crazy with excitement if she said yes. So she was giving me the mom look, and I was giving her the me look. And then she just kind of like shrugged and nodded, and I was like, yes! So we booked the flight at 12:30 a.m. and we reached the airport at 2:30. We reached there and we realized we have no bookings. Like, we don't know where we're going to stay. What if they ask us at immigration? So for the first 2 nights at Rome, we booked our, hostel. And that's it. But because of this, we got late. So by the time we reached the check-in counter, it was 3:15. But because we were late, we got bumped up to first class, which was amazing. And then it was just us and our beloved visas and our spirit. No itinerary, no plan. Took off for Rome. I got there and I got to watch Rafael Nadal because I got some last-minute ticket for the Monte Carlo Country Club Open. I took classes on how to make a pizza in Italy. I had 26 gelatos in some gelato eating contest on top of a hill in Florence while watching sunset on my birthday. It was so beautiful, and everything was beautiful because compared to that, I would have been doing nothing if I hadn't done that. So no matter what happened, it was all great. I just want to say that had I not gone there and done those things, I would have probably met some friends, tried new places, read a book, done something like that. I would have never lived like I truly did during those trips. So think not whether it will or won't. Just give it a shot and watch it unfold. Because if you do, it may not happen. But if you don't, it will surely not happen. Be bold, be crazy, and remember that sometimes you have to make awesome things happen to you. So go ahead and travel. Thank you.